There we go. So, it is the first day of the week. The sun has set some hours ago. I guess. Let's see. We have the new moon, so we are at the beginning of the month still. At the full moon, we will be in the middle of the moon. And a little late, but the nails, I got those fixed and chopped off the hairs some days ago so that's pretty good, and the beard and all that, so it's not too dandruff and all that. So around 15:44 we had the sunset, and great. So I've done Nystatin for 2 weeks now, so as I was thinking of either doing it 1 week or 2 weeks and then starting up on Diflucan. And this is one of the forms of Diflucan. This I got from Denmark, and I have some pills in regards of Germany. So it's called Adiclair, whatever. You can get it in Germany without any prescription and all that. And I had problems with my white coat butchers that didn't want to give me things, and actually gave me a minimum dose on this one. Anyway, whatever. He didn't want to give me the Diflucan, but overall, after weeks and weeks and, because I didn't begin to take the Nystatin because I knew without the Diflucan, there will be no chance of actually having any success, as far as I can understand. And I've taken the Nystatin for 2 weeks now, and it's the issues are still there. So, but anyway, at least now the gut should have been taken care of if it's not resistance, because I've seen one source that says that actually it can be resistance in regards of the Candida albicans and so forward. So, but I've seen other sources that says it's not a problem in regards of resistance and all that. So again, conflicting, and the same thing in regards of research, conflicting things in regards of PubMed, for example. I've seen conflicting source papers and all that. Overall, I did have some, what should we say, die-off or whatever, a little headache in the beginning. I guess the third and the fourth day, I can't remember if it was the third or the fourth day, but that was one of them that was the worst. I think it was the beginning of the fourth night, or maybe the beginning of the third night. I did take some vitamin C, and it seemed to help. But overall, just, it's a little here and a little there of things going on. But yeah, anyway, I don't think it tastes bad. I saw a guy, and they talked in regards of tasting bad and all that. It tastes like licorice. What is it called in English? Licorice, and a little peppermint in it. That's what it tastes like. It's not strong, but it's not a bad taste. So anyway, you can fix it around your, if you had the fluent thing and all that. So it's now 2 weeks. So the next thing will be in regards of the Diflucan that I got. And of course, I've been reading up on it as usual. I've used these last couple of weeks to read and read and read and read, of course. Have a lot of other papers. Actually, there's papers all over the place in some sense. It's just a mess. Papers everywhere, right? So I have more papers over here in regards of the Nystatin, and this is the expert in Denmark that doesn't want to talk to me because apparently she doesn't talk with people like me, only doctors. So here we have in regards of Nystatin, and again Nystatin here. Nystatin, more Nystatin, and pretty much Nystatin again. So, you can read and read and read, but the whole idea is, how will it actually do when you actually try it out? Now, usually in regards to drugs and all that, I'm not so fond of, trying such things out, but I'm getting to a point where let's try it out and see what happens. So, on the Nystatin, and I have the Kaufman diet as well, but I'm pretty much on the, we have the Kaufman diet 1 and 2 and all that. I'm pretty much on the Kaufman 0 diet in some sense, So, mostly meat and meat and meat. But there are some other things, but trying to get back to now that I'm going to go on the Diflucan, that on the meat wagon, going on the meat wagon. Here we have some more on Diflucan, different things, and here we have some dentist things. I've read some dentist articles in regards of antimycoticum. That would be antimycotica because that's plural and mycoticum is singular, if I remember correctly. But they had like Candida albicans and glabrata and tropicalis and crucia and dupliensis and so forward and all that. Just getting more familiar with it. And of course, we have on the mobile phone, I've read different things on fungus as well. And I'm still going on with the... Oh, what was it? I think it was it this one? I still have a chapter to go through with that, and then I can delete it. Or maybe 2 chapters, because more fungal diseases, symptoms, and diagnosis, that's one of them. And of course, antifungal drugs list and clarification. Just a little here and a little there and so forward, right? And, there's different things in regards of fungus infections. So I was actually thinking of waiting for tomorrow, but I'm like, let's get it going. Here we have Nystatin in regards of fungicitin, in regards of it kills fungus. And that's of course what I've taken and all that. Well, here we have Diflucan. We must have Diflucan somewhere. So candidiasis, caused by the yeast Candida albicans and all that. Hopefully it will do something, the Diflucan, but who knows? Hopefully it will. So, so reading of different things, and I'll guess that's it's just. Let's go and look. I was a little concerned in regards to the ingredient of the Diflucan, because I'm not sure if it's so-called kosher, if totally. There was lactose in it as well. I do wonder why there would be lactose in it. But anyway, I guess I'll compromise or whatever this time in regards to things. So here it is. And the beginning dose is 400 milligrams. Now, actually, they do seem to, have different manuals and all that. There seems to be some different information here and there from one to another and all that. But in regards of this information, in regards to the Danish information anyway, they talk about in regards of fungus infections like 800 milligram the first day and then 400 milligrams, the day after. But I'm thinking they're probably thinking, because usually in regards of having a fungus infection, systemic fungus infection, they're probably talking about the HIV patients and the cancer patients, because that seems to be the only place where they're really thinking, fungus could be a problem, right? So another thing that was interesting is that if you have itch in your, in regards to infection in your vagina, right? That's, of course, the Diflucan usually used to. But it actually also talks about the penis. I thought that male couldn't get fungus issues. Whatever. That's the whole, the stupidity apparently of it all. But it actually talks about fungus infections in the penis. In the vagina or the penis, Wow. It actually works on that. Oh, why didn't any of the white coats actually try that on me 19 years ago? I have no idea. No idea, when it was more, what shall we say, local, when it wasn't as rooted and widespread and all that. So, you know. So, but anyway, let's try it out, I guess. That's and then see what happens, you know. That would be interesting. So, but anyway, 400 milligrams will be my dose, the first dose, and then 100 milligrams, and then 200 milligrams divided on, 200 milligrams a day, and where I have like 100 milligram and then another 100 milligram at some point. I don't know if that is actually necessary, because some again talks about that you're just taking it, you're just continuing, because it has this half-life and all that. You're just loading up, in regards of it. So I'm not sure if it's necessary, but yeah. Anyway, I guess, let's try it out, and hopefully, hopefully something will happen, I guess. It should be pretty quick to actually see if something happens. So yeah. So here are the other things here, and let's get moving. I guess. Now I do know that in regards of you could take a one at the beginning and all that. Usually they usually talk about just getting a good load and then go from there. But I guess if you actually so that's how they look, red and blue and white. I guess that's like the Israeli flag, right? The blue and white. And FC 100, I guess that's, we can maybe turn it around here. Probably, Diflucan, let's see. FC fluconazole, 100 milligrams. So, blue. Actually pretty, it was pretty cheap compared to many other places. So anyway, so only one way to find out things, right? So 4 of those, and let's get them down and see what happens. And it could be very interesting if I have the lamp, and I'm thinking in regards to the eye floaters. I've heard that some that take Diflucan, that the floaters in their eyes will begin to disappear. And I actually have a picture of what I perceive in my eyes. Now, of course, the doctors pretty much just thinks I'm a loony, right? As usual, but I guess it might not work. This might not work, and I already know that even if I'm totally correct that this is a fungus infection, which I believe it is, I think I'm pretty sure it's an fungus infection that I've had for many years that hasn't really been out there exposing itself. But anyway, this is that's a little hard to see actually. Let's see here. Of course, one can find it on the internet as well. This is what I pretty much see in my eyes, and I have hundreds and hundreds, of these guys rolling around in my eyes. Well, yeah, any case, it's not like a big issue, as it doesn't really, overall hurt me or anything. It doesn't really, hurt my eyes or anything. So it's not in that sense annoying. But of course, if you are swimming and they're just rolling around in there and all that. But I have a lamp. Again, if I should, easily see if it actually does something. Here we go with the lamp, for example. And when you look into the lamp, you can see the floaters more easy, And this is actually pretty good light, It's something that, doesn't hurt your eyes. Some of these diodes, lamps and all that really hurts your eyes. And I had one of these sun lamps many years ago, and it's just made me see double. So that was absolutely bad. I looked into it, and that was bad. So, light from a diode lamp, I guess it's called, or something like that, is bad. Anyway, I guess I'll just have to get moving and try it out. At least, it's nice colors, It's like, It's like the Israeli flag, blue and white. Now, there's two possibilities that this will not work at all, or that I will get a pretty good die-off, might be the other option. I guess we'll have to see. So this is antifungal. It is called antimycoticum. That's the singular form, antimycoticum. And let's go. So, we'll see what happens. Now, the idea is then to take this for 2 weeks to see what happens. Now, again, I should pretty quickly find out if this is working or not. And so the next couple of hours will be interesting to follow to see the reaction of it. It's the idea of this is to go into the systemic thing in regards to the body. Now the Nystatin only works local, so mostly, there's some in regards of maybe a little that might get taken up in your system and all that. But overall, this only works in the gut, from the mouth to down through your gut system, stomach, and all that, and out the butthole, and pretty much. The Diflucan works systemically. It will kill fungus in the blood and in the body and in the eyes. That is one of the things that will, that's one of the things that are interesting, right? If people taking Diflucan that has floaters, now that might, as far as I can see, there seems to be different kinds of floaters that you can actually have, so it might not be fungus related. But if it's fungus that you have in your eyes and you take, an antimycoticum, against fungus, and these guys disappears in your eyes, well, what might that be that is in your eyes if it disappears? Well, it might be fungus. So that might be the reason why it's disappearing when you're taking something that is anti-fungus, against fungus. So, anyway, I guess hopefully something will happen. As one would say, here goes, hopefully something. So, we'll see if there's a, again, there's a 7% chances to understand it that even if I'm rightly, in regards of Candida albicans and all that, even if I'm correct, there's a 7% chance that it won't work. That's, of course, very sad, but that's still 93% as they use this big word, susceptibility, and that's 93% of susceptibility of, in regards of it working, at least in the beginning, because as I understand it, the fungi can become resistant to things. So, it's a very clever, it's a very, very, very devious monster, this, in regards of fungi. And if I had known what I know today, I would probably have been able to help my body to restore itself. And how would I have done that? Well, meat, red meat, salt, to taste, and water. That would be one of the ways that I could have turned the boat around without, not feeding the fungi. And of course, one could add antifungals to that. So, natural antifungals and all that. For example, if you have the meat, you have grounded up meat and all that. And a grounded up meat, and you would be able to put some antifungals in that. I don't know how long it will actually take to take up in the system. But I guess the fungus would not be happy because it's going to kill it, you know. So, I wonder. Well, something seems to anyway, maybe it's just me. Interesting. So at the moment, I hope that that I will be able to see it in regards of eye floaters, that I will be able to maybe see that they begin to disappear, that maybe my dandruff will disappear, maybe the itching in my, you know, my skin that I now have will disappear. You know, some of these, you know, and the itch down there as well. But, you know, it's interesting that the itch, you know, in the penis can actually be controlled by just eating meat, where you can go from a 10 of an 8 down to a 2 to a 0. You know, you can actually sit there and like, I don't have the itch. You know, I was like, oh, this is wonderful. You know, it's just so wonderful. You just have total, you know, wow, I don't have the itch, right? You know, sadly, you know, after finding out these things, I went out and did stupid, you know. I went down to the bakery and it just exploded on me. I went down to the bakery and I bought bread. I bought muesli bread. I'm not sure if that's, you know, with the muesli, you know, with some, it's just totally stupid. I have no idea why I did that. And 2 of the times, over 5 days, I think, or something like that, I bought like 5 of these, you know, these round muesli balls, and I bought some cheese. And then and then 2 of the last times I bought something sugary. That was so stupid of me, because already at that point now, of course, I guess it's around a year, 1.5 or something like that, that I figured out in regards of the meat. I've been a vegetarian for many years, just totally going in the wrong direction, you know, because of these movies in regards of propaganda and all that. And of course, you know, the animals should have it good, you know. We want the animals to have it good, and we don't want to have the animals being fed different things and all that, you know, bad things. And, you know, we don't want the animals to be fed with antibiotic, you know, which is fungus poison, and that destroys the bacteria and let the fungus run wild. I must say, it's a little weird after, you know. Interesting. I'm really looking forward to see if this is going to work. Really going to look forward. Was like 56 of these, so that's a good amount for 2. That's at least should be enough for 2 weeks. Of course, I'll, you know, look how things go in regards of, you know, is there going to be a great die-off? Am I really going to have it really bad tomorrow? I don't know. Yeah, it will be interesting. Will I puke myself or whatever? You know, I never know. Now the Nystatin, I must, you know, I can't remember if it was the 3rd day of the 4th day, but I had this feeling of you know, in regards of puking. So, but I think the vitamin C, I took some vitamin C next day. Actually, I've been taking, you know, a little vitamin, you know, over the days and all that. And I think the vitamin C might actually have helped in regards of any issues, because, you know, it works on the what is it called? Antioxidant, and it works as actually, in regards to understand, it actually works as an anti-poison as well. You know, against poison. I can't remember the data on that, and some say that actually also is antifungal as well. That would be Doc Kaufman talks about, you know, vitamin C being antifungus, you know, against fungus. That's interesting. I don't know what is going on at the moment, but, you know, it's going to. I guess the proof will be in the pudding maybe tomorrow. And just let it work. Just let it absorb it so the dose gets up on that level. And in the bloodstream and out in the eyeballs and everywhere in the body and begins to work. There's just it's called the one cure pill for women, in regards to the vagina and all that, if they have fungus issues. So 400 milligrams should be a good amount to actually take, to begin to I know. It's interesting. Yep. And again, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work. And I must say, I'm not sure what to do. There are some options, of course. I've tried so many things down the years. One option is just go to the total, eat meat for half a year or a year, something like that. I don't have any problem with eating meat because meat is pretty good. I like meat. I didn't stop eating meat in regards of being a vegetarian because I didn't like meat, because I love meat. I did it because I saw these movies in regards to how the animals, was treated and so forward, and was utterly disgusting, and I got into the, I won't eat any meat anymore because of the, that's, but of course, we want the animals to be treated good. So there's different ways of, for example, I've tried to order a lamb from where they have them out, and they also have pictures of these lambs and so forward. I just tried it once. It was actually pretty good, and so it's not also, I don't want it to be slaughtered to Satan and all that in regards of Allah and all that. And a huge amount of meat in Denmark is slaughtered to Satan in regards to, I have no idea why. Apparently the butchers don't think there's any difference. I do feel somewhat of a difference at the moment, something is going on, it seems. So that's interesting. I just follow it along. I wonder how long it takes for it to begin to actually slaughter the candida, if so. It's feeling a little, strange in my head at the moment. Again, yeah, it would be interesting. So, at least, let's see. As always, again, I would normally not, in regards to the medical mafia and all that, and drugs and all that, that's really not me, but I'm like, if it works, let's try it out, because I'm so tired. It's like 19 years with this bullshit, and, yeah. And what did they do in the beginning? Well, instead of actually trying Diflucan on me when I had my issue, it's like, how can you not if you actually, I don't know how many doctors in Denmark actually do this, but I would think that it would probably know about the one cure pill in regards of women and vaginas, because they have a way of giving the women, antibiotics, which are fungus poison. It's mold poison, actually, concentrated into a pill where they kill off, the good bacteria and let the fungus run wild. Now, not only that, they have the other things in regards of not getting pregnant, I think it was, that also can promote the fungus growth, as far as I understand it. And so that's different. Of course, the diet we have in Denmark and the Western world is just totally, and drinking huge amount of alcohol as well and all that. It's just totally geared to getting, issues with fungi. And of course, then we get all these sicknesses, which the system just put another, a label on, which actually might be fungus related. Yet they end up treating the symptoms and actually murdering the people instead of actually treating the cause And what would be the cause of? Well, that would be fungi. Cancer, fungi, poisons, you inject fungi poison into mice to get them cancer, to get them diabetes, and to get the dementia and all that. You just, give them, fungus poison, which is also antibiotic. Antibiotics is from mushroom. It's poison. It's I don't know. I think something is happening at least. Again, still have at the moment it's itching on my hand. So, it's kind of the same, but not the same as the itch down in my And it's interesting that it could actually be, I could control the things with just eating meat. And I just, if I had known that 19 years ago, I could probably have turned it around. Stop drinking alcohol. Don't smoke. Just stop smoking. Now, of course, that is in regards of actually that you could actually smoke without actually getting. As I understand, it's actually the mycotoxins that is in the cigarettes that actually makes the cause of getting, but of course you're still taking a lot of smoke in and all that, and I guess the body probably still needs to. But anyways, so stop drinking, stop smoking. That's two things that you could easily do. And don't eat the sugar. Don't drink, soda pops and all that. That's, don't eat sugar. Get on a diet that is less on sugar, and actually, you could just try the meat diet pretty much. Where you just eat meat. And you can get meat pretty cheap in regards to grounded meat and all that. And try that out for some time. It's not that expensive, right? So, but if you have the itch, if the devil is down there itching and all that, and it's driving you nuts. I'm nearly losing my voice at the moment. Interesting. Then just try eating meat, and if it stops after you eat meat, meat, salt to taste, and water, you can go from there. You have a foundation from there. It took me pretty much 19 years to figure that out. Way too long. No one actually. I can't remember how I actually got. I think I heard some people talk about this meat. Actually, I think it was these three people on the internet that actually, what is the big guy, the doctor, and the woman that had issues and all that, and her father. I can't remember the names. I actually saw some of them, and I was like, let's try it out. I can't remember how. The transition from going from vegan into, eating only meat. That's interesting. I don't know. I did eat a lot of these sheep porks, or what is it called, sheep where you should like 1.5 kilos and all that. I remember in the beginning when you needed to try the meat diet, they said, if you're hungry, just eat some more, right? And boy, did I eat a lot, and you can really get fat. And, some say they lose weight and all that. I didn't lose weight, but I might have been eating way too much. I don't know, but I can eat a lot. And I did. But the itch stopped in the south, so that was very interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I do feel, a little different at the moment. I do wonder what is going on. How it's going to be, hopefully it will work. Hopefully it will work. If I can begin to see my floaters, die off and all that, oh, it would be so loving. And if I actually find out that I can actually begin to see them, die off, it would be an amazing show to just look at the lamp and look at that. I don't know how fast it goes, but if the Diflucan for women, just one pill, can actually, which doesn't only work in the vagina, the Diflucan works all over the body. So it's really weird that the doctors are like, oh, take this Diflucan and all that, like it will center itself in the vagina. Well, that's not true. The Diflucan works all over the body. So, but apparently it's only immunosuppressed, as they call it, immunosuppressed or they have immunosuppressed, they have another word, incompetent maybe, or something like that. They have immunocompetent, that's apparently those that have no problem in regards to the immune. And they don't believe that anyone can apparently get fungus if they have that. Immunosuppressed and immuno something else. All these big words, right? So, yeah. Anything else? I don't know. Again, that's only, see what happens, I guess. Nothing else to do, then hopefully it will work. Again, if it doesn't work, I don't know what to do. It's just well, again, there might be some options with regards of only eating meat and all that, and trying that out for a half to a 1 a year. Getting kind of tired of these things, but that would be one way, of course, trying just to eat meat and more meat, red meat. It has to be red meat, either cow or sheep. It doesn't seem to have the same effect in regards of fowl or fish. And I'm into this Danish Candida forum as well and all that, and they are like, it's like they think meat is like the devil. It's like red meat. Oh, it's the devil and all that. And I had, one said today that, we know that Candida, can eat, meat. And like, Candida likes sugar, right? So there's no sugar in the meat, But anyway, whatever the case, there's so much, misinformation on these things. And so I'm like, we'll have to try things out, right? Just try things out and see what works and what doesn't work. Just taking me a long time. But anyway, I think if you can catch it in the beginning, if you're a man, for example, have the itch down there, and can catch it very early on, I think you can actually probably turn it around very easily. Of course, I cannot try it out, but, just stopping the itch should already be a good sign that you're actually not doing more damage, that you might actually be stopping the, the issue and maybe be able to turn it around, So... the one that actually also told, are you a butcher since you're, promoting the meat and all that? I was like, no, I'm no butcher. I don't get any money for it. And I don't sell anything, I'm just trying to help people out, that don't know about the, anyway. Because if you wait, years down the line, it will just become more and more rooted. And the more rooted it becomes, the harder it will get to get out of your system. That's interesting. It's good. This is interesting. Well. Oh well. So, of course... there seems to be a lot of there seems to be a lot of attacking the meat and all that. I was just feeling feeling somewhat interesting. Anyway, yeah, there seems to be a lot of promotion of the vegan diet and eating vegetables and not eating meat and so forward. While actually the meat might actually be some of the best foods. At least it's the best that I've tried. That's red meat, you know. Of course, you know, you try to get it from a good source, right? You know, that is not slaughtered to Satan and so forward and all that. Yeah. Wow. Well, interesting. Maybe I should take a break and just, you know, just sit here and see, well, what things, you know. Um, yeah, I was actually, in some sense, thinking that I would wait for tomorrow and in the morning and all that. Still the first day of the week, yeah. But to you know, that I could take a swim, and having taken a swim, you're usually a little higher in regards of, you know, you've gotten your body going and you feel pretty good and all that. And I was thinking that might be a good time to then to take it, right? You know, so but yeah, I thought, let's just go with it. You know, I've waited. I've already did the Nystatin in those days. You know, and it's 14 days now. So, and I could probably have started on the Diflucan after 7 days. The idea of not taking both drugs on the same time was to see what I would get of symptoms from one of them, and then after that was pretty much over in some sense, taking the other one as well. So you're not. If I took both on the same times, I wouldn't know which was which. Of course, still a little hard to actually, it wasn't really that bad, in regards to the Nystatin. Again, it might be because I also took vitamin C and so forward. It might have helped in regards of because after the third or fourth night, I can't remember which it was, where it was pretty bad. When I woke up, I just took a good amount of vitamin C, and that pretty much seemed to, Anyway, so I didn't really have a really really rough time. I've tried worse. So, oh yeah. Well, seems going pretty good in regards to the Diflucan, I guess, until now. Do feel some things going on, but see. Will be interesting after I sleep to see what has been yeah. So, but I would think that when they are talking about taking 800 milligrams a day, I would, and that's, I have multiple sources on that. I actually wrote it on we can maybe go on my Facebook. Let's see. I posted it on my Facebook, just using it as usually just to, we have 4 ding-a-lings. Let's see. That's my Facebook, and of course the message in regards of Yeshua is God Almighty Jehovah, the poop and unholy figure is the Antichrist man of the number 666. I think that's the 2 most important things to know in this life. It's interesting how difficult it is to actually get the antimycoticum, against fungus. They want to give you vaccines, that's no problem, but it's, I'm like, in regards to the vaccine, could you just show me what is actually in the vaccine before you actually I'm totally against vaccines. I'm absolutely, don't shoot that into me. I'm absolutely off. That's just anyway. But asking in regards of getting antifungals was a huge As burning, hot, itch, crawling, and pain, and the rest I claim overgrowth, fungus. Well, anyway. So, here we have in regards of the NSMM. That's in regards to the Nordic thing, and the next meeting will be in Stockholm. I'm not sure how it is. Something about you need to pay something to actually become a member of them. But they talk about fungus and all that, and I'm thinking maybe I should see if there's also an education in regards of fungi. Now I must say, I would actually, I would actually go in another direction, but I don't know. Maybe it sounds interesting. It's interesting enough, if I could get the tools in regards of fungi and so forward, and maybe some education on that would be interesting as well, and all that. Here we have in regards to Roman Catholicism and Mohammedanism. Really, it's both full of satanic bullshit, pretty much. Here we have some of the testimonies from. We have problems with the connection as usual. We have the word Judaize used to demonize the disciples of Christ throughout the ages, while they Romanize that pagan bullshit, who is really then the wolves in sheep clothing. That's not what we... Here we go in regards of the notes that is put in the different... the Nystatin and Diflucan, and now I'll push something I shouldn't push. That's in regards of the new month. And follows the moon, moon and month. Where is the data on the... Oh, here we have the Gospel of John. That's the best video I've seen done in regards to the Bible. It's the Gospel of John. It pretty much follows the word for word. And that's, the actors are pretty good as well. And yeah, I think it's an awesome movie. I think actually it's my favorite movie actually of all. It's good. It's wonderful. It's really good. It's 3 hours if you take the long version. That's a 2-hour version. But why not take the 3-hour version? It will go quick anyway because it's an awesome video. It's an awesome movie. So absolutely. Let's see here. So regards of Jews. Where's my in regards of that's fungal disease awareness thing? Fungus. I do wonder where I put it. I didn't think it would be so old. Maybe it was up here. Maybe I just didn't. It's weird. Maybe it's in the comment. Maybe. I don't know. No. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is the different Diflucan that is in this country, and as you can see, they say in regards of internal fungus infections by Candida, you take 800 milligram the first day, and thereafter 400 milligrams a day. And I do wonder if that is in regard, because usually if they're talking about an internal fungus infection, they're usually talking about, HIV or AIDS patients. I'm not sure how, the HIV and the AIDS things go together, but there's something connection there, but there's some difference as well, right? But also cancer patients and all that, immunosuppressed people, people that are suppressed in regards to the immune system, or maybe I don't know. Anyway, and then we have Fluconazole. That's the one that I have bought. That's the only product that actually have 100 milligrams, and that was what I was going for in regards of 100 milligrams and all. I do wonder why the others are actually saying 400 if there's not actually in 4. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's 200 they have, maybe instead of 100. Anyway, how we go in regards of it's still 800. They're using some different words in Danish, but overall they say 800 milligram the first day and then 400. And Arobindo, they say 800 milligram the first day and then 400. And a Fluconazole Accord says the same thing, So that's interesting, So all the Danish things are in agreement on that. But I guess, again, it's probably in regards of immunosuppressed people, in regards of HIV and, cancer, when it's really, really heated. Now we have Bereshit, Shemot, Vayikra, Bamidbar, and Devarim. That's the first 5 books of Moses. I never got to read the Apology of Aristides finished and all that, but anyway, and copyright bullshit. I hate copyright. Copyright is just, I hate copyright. It doesn't seem very Christian, copyright. If you know something and you have access to something, people should help each other as best as possible. But anyway, Candida and Aspergillus, as in regards of Danish side, in regards to these things. Again, I have a huge amount of things to continue to read up on. So it's a lot to read up on. Lots of pages and all that. But again, even if reading up on Diflucan and all that, if I just test it, if I just try it out, right, see what happens, and then of course I can pretty much, if it doesn't work, I can pretty much throw that out pretty much. So we have the fungal disease awareness. That's actually pretty good. I'm not sure if it will run while I'm recording, but that's actually one of the, let's see if we can get it, if it wants to run. It's probably not going to be so good. Doesn't really sound good. That's bad. Okay, so that wasn't that bad when it began to go on. Anyway, I really don't have much more to talk about. I guess I'm actually pretty stumped at the moment in some sense. Just actually, it feels pretty good at the moment. Actually, it's just, I'm like, I must say, I'm kind of, usually I have something to talk about, but I'm like, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm just like pretty silent in regards of things, It's like I feel actually pretty relaxed. In a kind of weird way, I actually feel pretty good at the moment. Interesting. It's like woo. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's just sitting here and just in some sense enjoying it, It's just actually pretty good. I guess, it can. I'll have to see what is, it's going to be very interesting trip the next couple of days, hopefully. Yeah. But again, if it can work with just one pill in regards, now, of course, some take more than one pill and all that, but, if it actually can work with one pill in regards of an infection down there in the vagina, in regards to women and all that, well, 400 milligrams should then be, should be able to, if they use 150 milligrams and I'm taking 400 in the beginning dose, it should have some punch, right? So Anyway, I can continue talking about that, but it won't really, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, of course, if it doesn't work, I will be very sad. But had to try it out, and that's what we're doing at the moment. But I'm actually feeling pretty good. Well, of course, that can turn around, I guess. I wonder, maybe, it's like, when I took the oregano oil, I remember I took oregano oil in a capsule and all that. I remember first time I did that, this was very powerful stuff, by the way. And I just remember this release moment, where I was like, felt like, oh, I'm released, but it tends to stop working afterwards in regards of, I don't know, maybe I should have tried bigger doses and tried that out to see if it would. But the first dose I did of oregano was just, you feel it, when the capsule breaks, you feel it up here because it's very powerful. But yeah, I remember the first time I just felt, wow, but seemed to stop working after that. Wow. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll turn back tomorrow, maybe, or 2 days, and see what happens. I'll just let it work, see what happens. So there's nothing else to do, I guess, right? Wow, I really feel relaxed at the moment. I really feel, relaxed. It's like, wow. It's like, oh. It's good. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh hey Bob, are you there again? What's up? Alternate. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I just took the Diflucan, so yeah, I know. He also talks about the alternating in regards of even the drugs, right? In regards of fluconazole and Sporanox and all that. I'm just not sure if I can actually, in regards to the fight with the white coats, in regards of actually doing that and all that. But yeah, in regards of alternates, yeah, that's true. But actually, I'm trying the Diflucan now and seeing what happens. I'm actually feeling pretty good, actually, after taking the first dose. So we'll see what happens, That's pretty good. I taken 400 milligrams, and we'll see what happens. But at the moment, I'm feeling pretty good, and I guess it's when did I take it? Like I guess half an hour ago or something like that. 20 minutes, half an hour ago. I'm not entirely sure, but seems to be doing something at least. But I'll see what happens, and it would be nice if it just wiped everything out, over the next days. And in regards to the eye floaters, I've heard people talk about that, eye floaters, that they would disappear in regards to taking Diflucan. So I'm looking forward to see if that actually, if it would be interesting. If my eye floaters began to disappear, that would just be awesome, So we'll have to see. That's have to try it out, right? But yeah, I'm usually not for drugs either, and so forward. Well, I don't know about the spores. I have some questions for Doc in regards of the spores, because even if you kill off the fungi with the Diflucan, let's say the Diflucan actually works, right, and kill off all the fungi in your body, well, what about the spores, the babies, does Diflucan kill the spores? Because the spores seems to be able to be more resistant, they're... So, I don't know. Because if you don't kill the spores and you begin to feed it sugar again, of course it will blow up again. So, yeah. So that's pretty messed up, I guess. So it's not easy. Yeah, but of course I don't know. Yeah, but you know the spores are the babies of the fungi, so they're like seeds, they're like eggs, they're like babies pretty much of the, you know, of the fungi. As I understand it, Candida have two kind of spores. So okay, you need to go. Well, I actually, you know, was going to stop it anyway. Well, have a good one, Bob, and talk to you later, maybe. So, do. Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting. Chelate to the. We need to. Oh, chelate. Oh, you're not going. Okay, I thought I actually would. We need to chelate. I'm not sure about that. Chelate. Any case, you know, I have to chelate. I have a keyboard problem. Okay. Chelate. I need to chelate the M. You need to chelate. My letter is broken. My E. Okay. Well, it could be worse. You know. I remember when, you know, when you put the soda pop or whatever in the keyboard. You know, in the past when I was drinking such things or whatever. You know, and or water actually just. No, I actually think it's soda pop actually that actually do that. Where the keyboard doesn't. You know, it begins to do weird things and all that. That's kind of yeah. Anyway. Yeah, but you know, I was kind of. My dog walked and yeah, okay. I guess that happens sometimes, you know. But yeah, I took the first 4 of these guys, you know, as you can see, and so that's 400 milligrams of Diflucan, and no, I didn't drink the iodine, you know. So, but I did take the Diflucan, and I'll see how that goes. So, so that's going to, you know, it's interesting, you know. It is the preferred choice that the medical mafia uses for fungus, you know, in regards of Candida albicans. So, should be a chance that it will work. Well, around, I guess around a half an hour ago or something like that. You know, you can see it on the, you know, if one goes back in the video, you know, but I guess around half an hour ago or something like that, 20 minutes, half an hour ago, I took them. And actually, I feel pretty, you know, I feel pretty good, you know, at the moment. Anyway, I don't know how long it will take to totally absorb all of it. So, yeah, well, it's the first dose of the Diflucan. So, you know, kind of. I haven't really seen anything bad, you know. Hex, you know, you mean the hex, what is it called? Hex, what is it called? Hex, what is it called? Yeah, you know, the die-off, you mean, right? Is that what you're talking about, the die-off? Well, we'll have to see. But at the moment, it's just pretty good, you know? I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I'm feeling pretty relaxed. So, I don't know. So, but maybe that's, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. It's like relaxing, you know, really relaxed in some sense. Maybe the fungi have issues. I don't know. Maybe it found. I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know. We'll have to see. But again, yeah, maybe the die-off. If the die-off begins, you know, of course, I would probably not feel so well. But we'll have to see. Oh, I'll have to see anyway. Again, either it works or it don't, you know. There's 2 options, you know. And if it works, that would be wonderful. And I'll have the experience of it, you know. And if it doesn't, maybe they put an anti-pain in. No, I don't think so. No. I've checked the ingredients and it's pretty much Diflucan. And there are some other things in it that I'm like, you know, there's lactose in it. I was like, why would they put lactose in it? But anyway, and there was some rice something, I think, in the... I don't know why. Yeah, anyway. But nothing else, as I remember. They have some lactose, some... here we go. corn stiffness or whatever, maize stiffness. I guess it's maize stiffness. Magnesium stearate and natrium lauroate sulfate, colloidal water-free silicea. Not sure. And then we have the capsule, which is gelatin, and some. I guess that's titan dioxide. I guess that's for the color or something like that. But no, doesn't seem to be anything in regards of anti-pain in it, such. So no. So that's good. Yep. I don't know why they put all the other things in it, why that is necessary. I actually did check the other products out there, and they seem to be putting some of the same things in it, because I'm like, isn't there anything that's, so sometimes they put weird things in the products, like the Nystatin, for example. They actually put sugar in some of the products of Nystatin, and I'm like, why would they put sugar in Nystatin? I don't know. By the way, the Nystatin pretty much doesn't taste bad. I think it actually tastes pretty good. If you put it in regards of candy or something like that, that would actually be pretty tasty. What are the symptoms you had to start an antifungal protocol? In regards to the symptoms, well, I have, in regards to the dandruff, the itching in regards to my skin, the itching in my penis, and of course the eye floaters is one of the but that's not really a big issue for me as such, because it doesn't really irritate me, and of course not feeling totally well, and yeah, so yeah, different kinds of such things, if that's what you're thinking about. I remember when it began down there in the south, and I could feel it like spread from down there and up and up and up and up and up to my head, and then I began to see the eye floaters. Yeah, and then the explosion, after, that's not long ago actually. That's a couple of months ago, where I went to the bakery. That has to be the most stupid thing that I've done for, I guess. I guess I've made other stupid choices in my life and all that. But that has to be one of the most stupid things that I've done in my life, to go to the bakery and buy muesli ball, what's it called? Those, bread. I bought bread and I bought sugary thing, and it just utterly exploded from my breast. Up in my face and down in my balls and down in my legs and pretty much, out in my arms and so forward. And, I had the crawling, the itching, the heat and some pain, it's just, anyway, so let's just see what happens. What about you? What do you have of issues? What does what do you have of issues on yourself? Yeah, I read about peptides. Very interesting. Nystatin kill fungus. Okay. Nystatin peptides. I can't even remember what peptides are. Peptides, Nystatin kill fungus. It's written a little different, isn't it? Can't remember. Nystatin. Let's see. Peptides. Let's just close this one and just go for the Google here. See Google. Histamine. I still don't understand. Okay, but you read about it. Peptide. What's peptide? Is that the... I actually did find an interesting website, which seems you can actually, you can get 5 days for free. It's for doctors. Let's see if I can find it actually. I could just copy it to my Facebook. It's called Amboss. And it has information on fungi as well. See, generally mycology. Let's see here if I can go on Facebook. Apparently there's also programs for the mobile in regards to this, and it has a lot of help as well. Oh, okay. they, you have to, apparently you have to be a member to actually read about more about Candida albicans, but so as it seems like they have 5 days for free. So I don't know if you need to put out anything, but hopefully not. And so it would be nice if I could actually just read it without. Anyway, here we go. Amboss US Knowledge General Mycology. That's free. That page is free. Let's see if we can go into it. But that seems to be a pretty good website to check out. I haven't looked into the program in regards of it, but as I understood it, they have programs too. And it was nice because a lot of the words you can just push and actually get more explanation of the words. But here you have, let's turn that around here. But if you have been in on it, then of course you would know it. Let's see if it's going to load and fill up the page or what. Apparently not. Well, I'm not sure. Apparently it doesn't want to use the whole page. But you had, in regards of Candida albicans on this page, in regards of candidiasis, pathogen, Candida albicans, risk factors, and immunosuppression, and so forward, and information here and there, and also in regards of the other fungus species. So, blastomycosis, some important pathogens. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there we go. Different. Oh, it's slow, but it looked interesting nonetheless. About me, I was learning about mushroom in general. Of course it complains. I hallucinated a mushroom. I understood fungus. Then I found Doc, who confirmed my belief. Well, belief that you have fungus issues, or in regards of taking fungus for a trip and all that, I wouldn't advise that. But anyway, I have a systemic infection. Okay. Yeah, I guess a lot of people have it without actually knowing it, I guess. And all the food that we have, and just totally food for the fungi, and drinking, and anyway. Okay, I guess that's... I think I'll be off for now, and just, enjoy the, I guess the experience of the Diflucan at the moment, and just see what happens in the next couple of hours now that I've taken it, and see how it goes from there, So, talk to you later at some point, if you're coming on later on. Maybe tomorrow or 2 days or whatever. Have a good one, and may Jehovah bless you, and may Yeshua be a most precious pearl, and may the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, be in us all. Amen. Have a good one, Bob. Talk to you later. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, you too.